welcome back everyone. Today's this channel we're going to walk through two improvement lab involving DHCP and DHCP version 6 configuration on Cisco routers, and we'll cover how to configure a router as a DHCP server client, set up DHCP relay, and then dive into IP version 6 with both Stateless and a Stateful DHCP version 6 setups. Let's get started. Our first goal is configure router R2 to act as a DHCP server for two different LANs, one behind R1 and on the other side for R3. Before creating DHCP pool, we need to reserve some IP address that won't be handed out by DHCP, which means on R2 we exclude the first 10 IP address of both subnets. So I type IP DHCP exclude address 192.168.1.0 and 1 with 192.168.1.0 and 1.0, and IP DHCP excluded address 192.168.3.0.1 until 192.168.3.0 and 10. Next, we want to create DHCP pool for the R1 LAN. The pool name is R1 LAN. So we assign a name, we give it network with subnet mask, then default router with the subnet mask, without subnet mask, and DNS server. And we create similarly this a pool for a R3 LAN, but we obviously give another name and another network. So I choose R3 LAN with network 192.168.13.0 with subnet mask /24, default router 192.168.31, DNS with DNS server 192.168.20.252. Since R1 and R3 are not directly connected to DHCP server, we need to configure them to forward DHCP requests to R2 using the IP helper address command. We open R1 and choose the interface gig00, then no shutdown IP helper address 10.1.1.2. Then we go to R3 configure terminal, choose the interface IP helper address 10.2.2.2, no shutdown. Next, we'll configure R2 connections to the ISP so it can receive an IP address dynamically. I choose interface gig01, then no shutdown, IP address DHCP exit. Yes, DHCP was successful and the client correctly have an IP address. Now let's start IP version 6 DHCP. To turn on IP version 6, we should type IP version 6 unicast routing in all router, then choose an interface 00, IP version 6 address, local link, then we assign the IP version 6 for gig00. Perfect. Then assign link local to gig01. IP version 6 address, the last interface, no shutdown. Perfect. Now we need to assign a static IP version 6 default route to another router. Yes. And they have a established ping. Now let's configure R1 to provide a stateless DHCP version 6 information by creating a stateless DHCP version 6 pool. IP version 6 DHCP pool, R1 stateless, then DNS server, domain name stateless.com, for example, change interface, IP version 6, and the other config flag, IP DHCP server R1 is yes, and that's it. We want to create a stateful DHCP on R1, like before, domain name, DNS, and everything that it needs. IP DHCP server R2 stateful. And then apply it to interface gig. And as you can see, we have a successful IP version 6 on all computers. That's it. We successfully configure both DHCP and DHCP version 6 in variety of scenarios: server, client, and stateless and stateful. If this video helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe for more network tutorials. See you soon. Bye. I got a switch in my head. I go from living to dead. You got